Good afternoon, folks. Big Bo here with another great Class C motorhome value from Parkway RV Center. Folks, this one just come in. I had to put it online. For those of you who are looking for this size Class C motorhome, I don't have to remind you how hard it is to find these. This is a 2002 Winnebago Minnie model 24V, as in 24.5 feet long. And again, folks, for those of you who are looking for a small Class C motorhome, I'm going to tell you from my personal experience, for every 100 Class C's that I buy, 99 of them will be 27 to 32 foot Class C motorhomes. One of them will be an under 25 foot model because they're so hard to find, they're so rare. These things won't last. 72 hours from now, I'll be very surprised if this one's still available for sale, because there are people looking for these and will travel thousands of miles to buy them because nobody has them used. 2002 Winnebago Minnie 24V, 24.5 foot bumper to bumper. Tires have a 8th week of 2016 date code, so they were probably put on 7 or 8 months ago. All 6 tires look practically brand new, and all probably don't have a couple of thousand miles on them, and they're only a few months old, so you don't have to worry about tires. Good thing about a Winnebago product, unlike other Class C motorhomes, this has a fiberglass roof, so you don't have roof worries like you do with a rubber roof unit. Got the 6.8 liter Triton V-10, so you can tow a car or an SUV behind it, no problem. 305 horsepower. Got a 4.0 Onan RV generator powering everything up inside. And folks, I can't find a thing that doesn't work on it. You know, folks, 24.5 foot, that's just barely 3 foot longer than an F-150 full-size pickup truck. It's only 3 foot longer than those little Class B camper vans that are so small you can't even change your mind inside of it. And this right here is something that a couple or a small family can use and be comfortable. Park it in a regular parking spot. It's not going to kill you on fuel mileage. And as far as driving, folks, if you can drive a van, a minivan, you can drive this motorhome. If you can't drive this motorhome, folks, comfortably, then guess what? You don't need to be driving a car. Look at the outside, the striping, the finish, and I'm going to tell you a good sign. And I'm going to show you where it's at, so whoever buys this will get it, because this is a several $100 item that the previous owners left in it, and it's a good sign that it's been taken care of, and that's probably why the striping and finish looks as good as it does. I've got it in the back bay back here, and I had to move it from the inside. This thing has probably got, this is several $100s, but it's got a cover for it. So chances are, and you can tell that from the outside, this thing's been kept under cover when it wasn't in use. I mean, the stripes aren't faded, they're not peeling, there's no delamination. And I first thought that this was peeling stripes right here. But that's actually a design that's built into the stripes that Winnebago used back then. So it looks like they're discolored, but they're not, folks. That's a design. Cooper tires, almost brand new tires, so you don't have to worry about tires for a long time. Windshield's perfect. We're going to make sure the awning's perfect, which, as well as this thing's been taken care of, I can't imagine why it wouldn't. 24.5 foot long. Like I said, folks, if you drive this motorhome and you can't handle it, then you've got no business being behind the wheel of a regular car. Let's look inside this Minnie. As we step inside, folks, the carpet looks immaculate. The upholstery looks immaculate. It's got 63,000 miles. Very low miles for this size motorhome. Most people that own this type of motorhome, they don't let them become driveway queens. In other words, they get out and use them. This size motorhome can be used a variety of uses. It's small enough to take it for a day trip. If you just want to go to the lake, have a picnic lunch, or the river, or go down to the beach, you can. If you want a motorhome to take cross country, you can do that too. If you want a motorhome to take to the kids' softball tournament, So you can have a place to hang out in the air conditioning, have something cold to drink, watch TV. This can do that too. I mean, it's a 24-foot vehicle, folks. Can be used for a variety of uses. Up here in the front, the dash heat, of course I've got it on right now. The dash air works, but the good thing about a small motorhome like this is that you can use the dash heat and the dash air to keep the motorhome fairly comfortable. You don't have to run the generator and run the roof air while you're driving down the road like you do with a bigger motorhome. 63,708 miles. We just drove it 300 miles in from South Carolina. This is a good looking little motorhome, folks, and I wish I could have a lot full of these things, but like I said, I'll probably have to go through another 100 Class C motorhomes to get another one of these under 25-foot models. They're just so hard to find, folks. Up here in the cab over, looks great. It's got a queen bed in the cab over, so you've got 2 queen beds in here. This window up here, and this is fairly common due to the age of the unit, this has got dual pane windows, and a lot of times the seals go bad and they get cloudy. That's the nitrogen gas escaping, reacting to the oxygen, and making it cloudy. The only thing you can do is replace the window, folks, but be honest with you, you're never going to look out that window anyway. 99.9% of the time the curtain's going to be closed across it, so I wouldn't even worry about that. Seats look great. The upholstery looks immaculate. And you can see batteries are charging, they're good. Table booth makes a bed, then you got your queen bed in the back, so that's 6 you can sleep in here. You can sleep 4 without making a bed out, so you can still have your table booth to sit and drink coffee at in the morning. HD TV, of course. The upholstery, the linoleum, everything looks good. Countertops look great. Refrigerator's cold. Folks, the excuse me. Pardon me, folks. You know, this unit for the $24,900 asking price includes a major systems check by our certified RV techs, includes a cleanup by my cleaning crew after it's been checked out. This is literally just came in a couple hours ago. You're looking at it just how it came in. We haven't cleaned it up. This is the way I like to see RVs when I'm shopping. I don't want to see a motorhome after an RV dealer has had their cleanup crew going through it and had their shop do a checkout on it. I want to see it how the previous owners kept it, because that tells me right there how well they took care of the RV. Anybody can take a rough old motorhome and clean it up and put it online, make it look brand new with the right crew, but I want to see them as they come in when I want to buy them. And this way I know how it's been taken care of. It helps me make an informed decision whether this is a good motorhome or if I'm just buying somebody else's problems. This unit's going to include a major systems inspection that will be completed after purchase. I do that to keep our overhead down, which allows me to sell this motorhome for the price that I sell it for. Of course, you've got a Norcold 8 cubic foot refrigerator freezer that is getting cold. Like I said, we'll clean it up good, folks. This is just how it came in, but I'm going to tell you, everything I've turned on works. All the lights work. I've checked the dash air, the dash heat. I had the furnace on. It works. The generator fired right up. I mean, of course, it just drove 300 miles in here, so obviously the running and driving works great. No check engine lights, no warning lights. Rear corner bed. This is about as small motorhome as you can get and have a stationary bed in the back. You go any smaller than this, you go to what they call a party model, and you lose this bedroom. You have to make out the bed on the cab over or sleep on the table booth. Headliner looks great. Remember, this is a fiberglass roof, so no roof worries. And you can see the gauge right here. We're popping out 128, 129 AC volts from the generator, so you know that's putting out like it's supposed to. Got an outside vanity, got a big closet right here. Rear bathroom. Little stand-up shower. This has got the 7-foot tall roof in here, which is unusual for a Class C of this year model. So you don't have to have one of those skylights up there, which is nice because those things leak and they get hot on your head. RV toilet. You can see the shower hasn't been used a lot. Still got the sticker on the bottom by the drain. You know, as people take showers, that sticker gets hot, or excuse me, gets wet and dry, and people rub it with their feet. They don't last long in that circumstances. But this one, even though it's a 2002 model, even though it's 16 years old, still looks good. This motorhome doesn't show a lot of use. They've made a few little modifications to it. You can see in the back there, they've got some shelving. Now, folks, I'll throw this away if you want me to, but I'm going to leave it in there because who wants one of these when you're camping? But you got a little shelf with an alarm clock. Me, personally, no. That's going in the dumpster. But, you know, I'll leave it in there for you so you can keep it if you want it. You know, folks, it's a simple, easy-to-use motorhome. That's another thing I like about it. You don't have jacks. You don't have slide-outs. That's less to break down on it, less things to go wrong with it, and less things you have to fool with when you set it up when you get to the campground. Literally, all you do with this one, folks, if this is your first RV, this is a great choice because it's so easy to use. It's not complicated. Basically, all you got to do, folks, when you get to the campsite, plug it into power, plug your water up, hook your sewer up, put your awning out, flip your water heater on and your fridge, you're good to go. I mean, it's a 10 to 15 minute ordeal, and from the time you pull in to the time you're sitting in your lounge chairs with a cold drink in your hand, enjoying life. Versus these other ones where you have to, you know, put rooms out, use the jacks to level it up, and all this other stuff, folks. This is simple, easy, small, and like I said, look in one of those little Class B camper vans that are 21 feet long and try to have this kind of interior space that you get with a 24 foot. So, I mean, it's literally, I don't see how people buy those little vans. These things here, you know, they may not get as good fuel mileage, but, you know, for that 2 or 3 miles a gallon that you're losing, you're doubling your living space and then some. So I think it's well worth it to me. But anyway, folks, this unit's $24,900. That's a haggle-free price, including and that's option A. You know, we have two options, of course, on pricing, as many of you know, option A and option B. Option A includes a major systems check by our certified RV techs that will be completed after purchase. If you want a list of everything that we check out, and it is very, very extensive, probably the most extensive checkout sheet you're ever going to find a dealer is willing to do on a 2002 model. And if you want a copy of that inspection report and what we check out, and of course anything on those checkout sheets that we find that doesn't function will be fixed no matter what the cost. I mean, we've had to put generators in them, we've had to put motors, transmissions, we've had to spend, literally, we've lost thousands of dollars on deals because of the repair costs. But folks, we do what we say we're going to do. No matter what it takes for this unit to pass that inspection, we're going to spend it on it, and we're not going to go up on the price one dime, even if we lose money. That's our promise to you, folks. It's a worry-free, stress-free option, option A, and we don't check them out till we sell them. So what would happen, you'd pay for it, it will go into line into our shop area. They get checked out, the order that they're paid for. Right now, we can get it done pretty quick. I'm talking about maybe 2 weeks at the most. But that's today. That may change tomorrow or whenever you decide to buy this motorhome. So you always want to call, get a copy of that list, and the salesperson will also tell you what the current lead time is for a Class C checkout for that day if you buy it that day. And option A, like I said, worry-free, stress-free option. Everything's functioning. Also includes a personal walkthrough by the RV tech that checked it out. He'll answer all your questions. He'll spend some time with you. He'll show you how to operate everything. You're more than welcome to videotape them, take notes, however you want to do it. And you'll know what you're doing when you take it to the campground, even if you've never owned a motorhome before. And my guys are very, very patient, very understanding. And after it's checked out, of course, that's when you get your walkthrough. You'll get a call from our service manager, and he will set up an appointment and be here on time, and we will have the RV tech waiting on you for your walkthrough. Or we have option B, and option B is for those of you who have owned RVs before and you don't need the inspection. You know how to do most of your own repairs, and we offer you a discount because it saves us time and money, because I'm not having to pay my RV techs to do a walkthrough. I'm not having to pay my RV techs to do a inspection. So what I will do is I will discount the price, what those services cost us, and sell you this motorhome as is, just like we bought it, as it sits. In other words, you're getting it just like it is in the video. We're not going to inspect it. We're not going to check it out. We're not going to repair anything. We're not going to do a walkthrough with you. I mean, you're basically jumping in it and going. And since those services cost us money and we don't have to perform those services, we will discount the price what those services cost us. If you want a price on a haggle-free price on option B, give us a call. My salespeople will be happy to give you a price on it, as well as answer any questions and tell you how our sales process works. Either way you go, folks, you're getting a nice motorhome, and a very rare motorhome, folks. Very rare. Give us a call, 706-965. I've got the propane or carbon monoxide alarm going off because I got the door open with the generator running. Give us a call, folks, 706-965-7929. Evenings and Sundays you can get sales help at 423-605-6747. Our website's parkwayrvcenter.com. Keep in mind, folks, these things go online on 20 of the most popular for sale websites on the internet today. In the next 24 hours alone, folks, I'm going to estimate probably 200 to 300 people are going to view this video. And for every person that views the video, several more people are going to read the ad and look at the pictures and just not click on the link. Somebody's going to call and buy this motorhome in the next few days, folks. These things, I haven't had one in a long time. Everybody wants these small ones. They're perfect for a retired couple or somebody with just a couple of small children. Doesn't want to drive a big 38-footer like I drive, which I love mine. But there are days, folks, because I've had motorhomes this size that I miss having a smaller motorhome for day trips, for weekend trips, without having to haul that big behemoth that I drive now, which I love it because when we go for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. But this one is something you can take off on Sundays and go have fun, have a cookout, tailgating. I mean, you can do so many things with a small motorhome. Way more versatile than a big motorhome, let me tell you, and a lot easier to use and simpler. So, however, folks, you know, if you're interested in this motorhome, call us. The price is $24,900 if you want it checked out, ready to go. And with a walkthrough, it's $24,900. I'm not going to take a penny less. I have to explain to a couple people today, but all of our prices are haggle-free. Reason why we do that is because I know internet shoppers price shop. I know you get online and you research every single 2002 Winnebago Minnie 24V on the internet today. I have software that does it for me, so I know what they're bringing. In fact, the average price of this RV online is over $27,000 with the mileage that's on it. So I know I've got a great price on it, $24,900, and the rarity of it makes it even a better deal. You know, I buy every one of these I can get my hands on, but I'm lucky to get 1 or 2 of them a year, folks. And I sell almost 600 used RVs a year, and buy that many, and maybe get 1 or 2 of these small 24-footers in. They're just impossible to find. The people that have them won't give them up, and if they do, they want a unreal price for them. And I know the book value on an 02 model is not going to be that high. But by gosh, you can't even buy the wheels and tires off of one of these for what the book value says they're worth. Try to find one of these for anywhere close to book value, and I'll pay you double book value for it if you tell me where it's at, if it's in the same condition of this. You just cannot find them, folks. And I know that kind of hurts people who need to finance RVs, but market price and NADA value are 2 polar opposites. you know, supply and demand makes prices go through the roof, folks. I have to pay ungodly prices for a motorhome like this, folks. And trust me, folks, if you wouldn't believe how little our markup is on these RVs at $24,900. I mean, it's ridiculous. I guarantee you, folks, there isn't a one of you out there that would run a business this size with all these employees, paying them every week, paying parts expenses, repair expenses, utility costs, and taxes, and only charge the markup we do. You would want 3 times the markup if this was your place that we charge. But folks, we've been in business for 49 years. We learned a long time ago, you make your dollar with 10 dimes instead of 4 quarters. Yeah, you have to work harder. You make less per unit, but you sell more. The buyers get a lower price, so they're willing to travel from all over the United States to buy, which they do from us. We don't charge any fees. No dock fees, no prep fees, no tag and title fees, no get ready fees. I mean, the price, the option A or option B price is out the door, plus sales tax if you're a Georgia resident, since we are the oldest licensed, bonded, insured used RV dealer in the state of Georgia. We do have to collect sales tax or TAVT tax to Georgia residents. All out-of-state residents will sign a form. You'll pay your state's sales tax rate when you tag and title this motorhome at your local DMV in your home state. And folks, tell you something. When you see this thing in person, you're going to buy it. I mean, I have no doubt in my mind. You can look at 100, which there's not 100 24V minis out there on the market today, not even half that, or even a quarter of that. But if you could look at 100 24V 2002 minis, this would definitely be the top 1 or 2 as far as condition and how it's been taken care of. So make sure you don't forget about that cover in the outside compartment. That's several $100s that you're getting and more. 706-965-7929. Evenings and Sundays, 423-605-6747. Visit our website, parkway-rvcenter.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and more. We're on 20 of the most popular for sale websites on the internet. Folks, and I'm not kidding, literally several hundred, if not 1,000 people will see this ad in the next 24 hours. You're not going to be the only one interested in buying this motorhome. People are looking for these small Class C's. Nobody has them. Nobody wants to go spend $65,000, $70,000 for a new one, and they're actually probably more than that now. So definitely don't let this one get away, because it may be months, it could be years before you find another one in this condition for this price. $24,900, haggle free, checked out, ready to go. No stress, no worries. Limited financing is available with approved credit. And of course, like I said, due to the book value, you're going to have a pretty significant down payment or trade equity. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, call us, 706-965-7929. Evenings and Sundays, 423-605-6747. My non-commissioned salespeople help you out any way they can. You know, there's no commission being paid, so that means no sales pressure, games, gimmicks, trouble, or drama. Because when you have 4 salespeople selling almost 600 units a year, they don't have time for games, gimmicks, trouble, drama, or sales pressure any more than you do. You can come look at our dealership. I've got over 170 used RVs, the biggest selection in a 500-mile radius of used RVs in one location. Prices on them. And like I said, you can look without a salesperson. You don't have to go through a sales office. You don't have to get pre-approved for financing to come look. Folks, I've been to these other dealerships that you have to fill out form after form after form, give them your social security number, have your credit check, even if you're a cash buyer, before they'll even let you on the lot. And that's why most of these dealerships have all their inventory priced in what I call a prison yard, which is an 8-foot tall fence with barbed wire on top that you cannot get in that fence without going through a gate with a lock on it. And the only way you can go through that gate is to go inside, fill out all that paperwork, give all your personal information up. Then they're going to assign a high-pressure salesperson to you to follow you around won't let you look on your own, folks. Make it an absolutely miserable experience. And RV, and one thing I've learned in the 20 plus years I've been doing this, folks, RV shoppers take their time. Not like car shoppers that buy the same day. It takes weeks sometimes for some people to make decisions. We don't pressure you in any shape, form, or fashion because we're a high volume dealer. We know if you don't buy this motorhome, the next person in line will. So, I mean, we would rather you make the decision when you want to buy it and what you want to buy, instead of having us putting a smoking gun to your head, forcing you to buy like some of these other dealerships do. And for those of you who've been to these dealerships in person, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We let you come look. You can come look every day, all you want. No salesperson. You don't have to go into the showroom. Everything's open during business hours. You can park in customer parking. You can spend hours out here looking. Only thing we ask you to do is just respect our property. Don't turn stuff on without a salesperson present. Don't turn on batteries or none of that. That's the only thing we ask. And if you see something you like, get a salesperson from in the showroom. They'll come out here, answer any questions you have, turn anything on you want to see on, test drive it, whatever you want to do, folks. Anyway, give us a call, 706-965-7929, evenings and Sundays, 423-605-6747. Sales at parkwayrvcenter.com is our email address. And let me see here. Real quick before I sign off, I want to show you. This thing's been on long enough, 14 degrees. Now the fridge probably hadn't got cold enough yet. It's actually 48. And I'm just showing you this for those of you who take option B. At least you know the major stuff works and you know the generator works. And the dash air is blowing 30s. So anyway, give us a call, drop us an email. Look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.